Guys, what is going on? Boy, oh boy, guys. Here we are on the day shift, man. Let's go. Hold on, guys. Let's do this first, right? Hold on. Now someone dropped this in the Discord. Hold on, guys. Here we go. Hold on, guys. Let's do this here. Let me share my screen. Let me drop the link for anyone who wants to come on up, guys, because we all know the day shift, guys. Go ahead and call in, guys, because we are in for some foolishness. Let me see here. One moment, guys. Got to do some housekeeping here. Let me see. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. There we are. Pin that. Okay. Henry, man, thanks for becoming a member, dude. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Thanks for that, man, right? Rage Eyes here. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Steve, what's going on, my friend? Steve M, what's good, man?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
No, guys, here we go. Watch. So, guys, this knuckleheaded ponytail patrol, right? She's in this house. She's trying to clear this house.
And then levels of insanity. So we'll
hold on. Let's get the commentary. Watch. So, guys, this guy has a ponytail patrol backing him up, right? Hey, guys, what do I always say about the ponytail patrol? Guys, in the chat, what do I always say about the ponytail patrol? TJ, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Charismatic, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you, man. Now, guys, the ponytail patrol is useless. Useless. One-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, man. That's what I always say. Absolutely insane.
No. There's a freaking mirror, bro.
Guys, she shot at a mirror. Look at that. Absolute clown world, guys.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
One-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Guys, why? Why? Guys, imagine. Guys, she shot at a mirror. And guys, this is in someone's house. Imagine coming home, right? Your burglar alarm's going off. They clear the house. You come. Now there's bullet holes in your wall. Look at that. Chief, what's up, dude? Yeah, he says that if the ponytail patrol pulls up, you're cooked. Facts. Carlos X, what's up, dude? Look at that, guys.
I turned that way. Fuck.
What if that would have been a kid? Or the homeowner, right, guys?
Huh? But we have to finish taking clearing. Yeah.
That's what I said here.
I didn't hear you say.
That's not funny.
Right?
I didn't hit anything. There's a door right here.
Of course, she didn't even hit the mirror. Guys, I'm telling you, useless. Useless as bringing sand to the beach. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Absolute dunderhead. Look at that, man. So anyways, guys, we're here. Let's get started here, guys. We're here. Actually, guys, here. It's just 16. Here, guys, let's do some news really, really fast. Look at this, guys.
And tonight,
Here we go. Let's do some news real fast. Guys, look at this chick. Okay, guys, she deleted her kid because the father was gonna get custody. Watch.
police say the death of a 3-year-old Jacksonville Beach boy in October was deliberate. New documents obtained by First Coast News detail the days leading up to the child's death, as well as a custody dispute between his parents. His mother is now charged with child abuse, neglect, and first-degree murder. And as On Your Side's Haley Harrison learned today, police believe that death was planned.
Look at that.
The first 911 call reported a 4-year-old not breathing. According to the arrest warrant, officers found the lifeless child in a Jacksonville Beach bedroom. It says his 36-year-old mother, Amy Oliver, was found covered in blood, threatening to stab rescue workers with a needle. Oliver has been in jail on no bond since that day, but prior to that, investigators say she planned her son's murder and memorialized those plans in 2 emails. Police say the first
Look at that,
email,
guys.
composed on October 26th, contained custody documents and asserted that she was being, quote, bullied. The second email, police say, to Oliver's adult son included directions on what should be done with her finances and her body. The day after Oliver wrote those emails, the boy's father told police she came to pick up their son, but requested to, quote, take a nap first.
Look at that.
According to the warrant, the father became suspicious after a few hours and forced entry into the main bedroom. The medical examiner concluded the child's death was a homicide. According to the warrant, Oliver gave her son a lethal dose of temazepam, a sedative, causing his death. First Coast News crime and safety expert Mark Bachman says
Chief with the $5, man. Appreciate that. Thanks so much, man. Thanks so much for the support, man.
No, you're not asking me. No, it's called garlic croutons.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and they're right there on the scene.
Oliver's attorneys will rely on psychological issues for its
Yeah,
defense.
of course, guys. Guys, what's the excuse they always give, right? What's the excuse?
And I'm just trying to tell you that I have mental health issues. I'm extremely distraught.
Well, let me
I feel like my whole life is ending.
Clown world. Of course, right?
If the case goes to trial.
In these type cases, capital cases, it's really difficult to be too forgiving or to be too lenient in the charging element of it, because you've charged her with the max. If she goes to trial, she could be convicted of all of it, or she could be convicted just under the lesser included charge. But I think the state is pretty confident with this charge.
Oliver pled not guilty to the original charges of aggravated assault on.
Now, guys, here, look at this. This is damn, where'd it go? Look, I'm bringing this up. I don't think I saved it, but they had her in the hospital because I guess that she tried to delete herself too. She's like, I didn't, yeah. Right? Damon, what's up, dude? Red Doors here. What's going on? Guys, we're here. So let's look at her sentencing. Look at this.
The local mother who admitted to killing her 3-year-old son will spend the next 40 years in prison.
40 years.
And Oliver pleaded guilty today to killing 3-year-old Henry Prisby in October of 2020 in the home the little boy lived in with his father. According to the medical examiner, the boy was given a deadly dose of a sedative. On Your Side's Kaylee Tracy has covered the story since it began. She joins us live now outside the courthouse in Jacksonville. And Kaylee, today we heard from the little boy's father for the first time.
That's right, Jeannie. And we heard from 10 family members and friends inside this courthouse today. They all gave statements, emotional statements in the courtroom, talking directly to the judge and at times to Amy Oliver, that little boy's father. He today in the courtroom spoke in his young son's voice, and he referred to Oliver only as the evil person.
My daddy will never hear my voice again, see my smile, and watch help me grow up.
Speaking as his 3-year-old son, Christopher Prisby talked to the courtroom and to his son's killer Friday.
Damn.
Everybody hear me? Especially the murderer.
The murderer, 3-year-old Henry Prisby's mother, Amy Oliver. Oliver pleaded guilty to killing her son in October of 2020 and was sentenced to 40 years in prison Friday. Christopher Prisby reminisced on things he and his son loved to do, like going to the beach.
I will be resting in my peace and quiet space, patiently waiting for my daddy to tell me how much he misses me and loves me. I'll be waiting for my big hug, a chance to blow up one last Christmas decoration one more time, and to finish that bedtime story I long for every day.
According to court documents, a custody battle over Henry ended just 2 weeks before he was killed.
All my daddy ever did was attempt to protect me and ask for 50-50 custody, which isn't something that's totally outside of my daddy's rights.
There it is, guys, right? All he did was ask for 50-50 custody. And this demon, guys, she said,
I'ma kill your bitch ass, bitch!
Look at that. Look at that.
The evil person or supporters, it's finally time to take the garbage out.
According to Oliver's arrest report, Prisby told police Oliver came to his house to pick up Henry, but asked to take a nap first. Prisby agreed, but became suspicious after a few hours, forced his way into the main bedroom, and found his son unresponsive.
Damn. Wait, my daddy will have the burden of what happened to me and his family, following him wherever he goes, 24/7.
The report also says Oliver locked herself in the bathroom, was found covered in blood, then tried to stab first responders with a syringe.
Look at that!
Investigators say Oliver sent scheduled emails and texts about her son's murder and what to do with her body, planning to kill herself.
What a demon.
Say.
40 years, guys. Guys, what do you think of the punishment, right? You guys, I dropped the link for anyone who's coming up. Guys, we'll do another like 13 minutes of the chat for everyone, and then it will go members only as usual. So guys, make sure to hit the join button or just hit the call button and call in. So here we go, guys.
Highlighted her decision to.
Now, guys, look at this.
Number one.
Guys, this is from Antenna. So, guys, make sure that you go and check this channel out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, guys, all these are all female officers, right? That are sentenced to life, okay?
Officer Ashley MacArthur. On September 8th, 2017, Taylor Wright, a 33-year-old private investigator and former police officer from North Carolina, vanished without a trace in Pensacola, Florida. Before her disappearance, her husband had recently divorced Taylor, and she was experiencing some hard times. She then decided to move in with her girlfriend, Cassandra Waller.
Uh-oh.
And they both lived happily.
Uh-oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. We all knew that was coming, right, guys? Guys, nothing good can come from this.
Let's be honest.
Without any issues. On the day of the incident, Taylor had gone out with one of her friends, Ashley MacArthur, a 40-year-old former crime scene technician, hoping to relieve some of the stress she was experiencing from her divorce. That was the last day she was ever seen or heard from. Her roommate and girlfriend tried reaching out to her, but couldn't get through. She called Ashley, but Ashley told her that Taylor was going through a lot at the time, and she needed to rest and keep herself away from everyone. Things escalated when Waller received a text message that was supposed to come from Taylor, indicating that she needed a few days to clear her head. Taylor's family and friends became worried because it was unlike her to just disappear and leave her son all alone by himself. As days went by and she wasn't seen, Taylor's girlfriend reported her missing at the police station. investigators quickly focused on Ashley, who was the last person to see Taylor. Ashley initially denied knowing her whereabouts, stating that after their meeting, Taylor booked an Uber ride and left. After interrogating Taylor's ex-husband and other individuals connected to Taylor, the investigator revealed that Taylor, who was navigating through her painful divorce, had removed $34,000 from their family joint account and had given it to Ashley to help keep safe for her till she will be needing it. On the day they met, it was revealed that Taylor had arranged for the meeting to get back the money from Ashley.
Now, guys, sorry, but I forgot to do one thing. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Silly me. I forgot to do one thing, guys. Let me see here. Let's do this. Sorry, guys. Give me one second here. You guys know I had to do. You guys know I had to do it, right?
Ashley, however, had already deposited the money into her personal account and spent them on personal expenses, including paying off credit cards and on a motorcycle purchase. After meeting, Ashley took Taylor to her family's farm in Cantonment under the pretense of horseback riding. Afterwards, surveillance footage captured Ashley purchasing concrete and potting soil at a local Home Depot.
Damn, guys. Anytime that a lesbian is buying concrete and potting soil, yo, you know, guys, the only time that a woman would buy that is for nefarious purposes. You know what I'm saying?
There at her family.
Guys, look, so she's a chick who drives a Jeep, and she bought a motorcycle. I mean, come on, guys. Is there any more lesbian than that?
Farm. She shot Taylor in the back of the head and buried her body under layers of concrete and potting. To cover her tracks, Ashley used Taylor's phone to send messages, making it appear as though Taylor was still alive. Evidence, including cell phone records placing her at the farm and the Home Depot purchases, led authorities to suspect foul play. On October 19th, 2017, Wright's remains were discovered on Ashley's family property. She was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. Later, it was upgraded to first-degree premeditated murder.
All right, guys. Chief, Mac, everyone in the chat. Okay, let's start guessing how much time that they're going to get. All right, Mac, Chief, how much time do you think this dunderhead's going to get?
50 piece.
Hopefully she gives life, but they might give her a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, because she's a chick, right? Guys, we saw the other chick. She had deleted her own son and only got 40 years. She didn't get life without parole. A guy would have got life without parole. Or the fricassee is behind, right? So, guys, let me know in the chat. Let me see. Elevate, what's up, dude?
She's gonna get
Holiday,
50.
how you been, man? Clayton's here. Anthony Williams, what's up, man? Chief, what'd you say?
She's gonna get 50 years.
Okay, so Chief says 50. Mac, you said what now?
I said, hopefully she gets life, but she's gonna get slapped on the wrist.
Yeah. Damon says 20. David says 5 years. F. Holiday says 2 months and a bag of croutons.
If it was a guy that did this, he would have given life. After that, if he would have had his son would have got life too.
During the trial, prosecutors presented evidence of Ashley's motive and actions: the stolen money, the purchase of materials to conceal the body, and the attempt to mislead others using Taylor's phone. The defense argued that there was no physical evidence linking MacArthur to the murder. Despite the defense's claims of insufficient physical evidence, the jury found Ashley.
Just look at how evil this broad looks. Just look at this chick's eyes, man. Look at that. You guys remember on freaking Finding Nemo when the one big shark, I never knew my father. Remember him? And then Dory hits her nose, and then the blood goes in his nose. He's like, ooh, and his eyes get all dead. That's the same eyes that this chick has, you know? Right?
Guilty of first-degree premeditated murder on August 30th, 2019. Ashley MacArthur was sentenced to life in prison with a mandatory minimum of 25 years before eligibility for parole.
See?
She's definitely getting parole.
But even then, guys, they still gave her eligibility for parole. A guy would have got life, no parole. What is going on? What is going on?
He damn near would have got the chair.
Say again?
She probably gonna get out for good behavior.
Yeah, yep.
As of April 2025, she has served approximately 5 years and 7 months of her sentence. Ashley is currently incarcerated at the Lowell Annex Correctional Institution in Ocala, Florida. She may be eligible for parole in 2044 when she will be 67 years old. Number 2, Officer Stephanie Lazarus. In the early hours of February 24th, 1986, a brutal crime unfolded in the neighborhood of Van Nuys, Los Angeles, California. This crime went unsolved for over 2 decades.
Guys, hey, does anyone here watch JCS Psychology? The channel?
I've seen it, yeah.
Guys, okay, I'm gonna drop the link to this story because they covered this. Guys, this chick got away with this. She got away with it. Here you go. She got away with this for years.
The detectives
years, and then got caught. Guys, guys, so when you have time, I need you to check this video out, all right? This is one of the craziest stories I've ever... Guys, look, I watch a lot of stuff on the internet, all right? and then this is one... This channel is epic, but guys, this is one of their craziest videos of all time. Absolutely insane.
Stephanie Lazarus was a respected detective with the Los Angeles Police Department, specializing in art theft. She was a graduate of the University of California, Los Angeles. She had a promising career and a reputation for diligence. But beneath the surface...
He's insane.
Oh, guys, look at that. Look at that, guys.
Hey,
Smiley face killer.
I would have been like Dr. Loomis. I would say that the blackest soul, the blackest eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just like the previous broad who has the same eyes as like AOC.
I'll make sure she never get out.
Hell yeah, dude. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Brent is here. Clayton. Oh, what's up, man? Spacious. What's up, dude?
Obsession with her college ex-boyfriend, John Rutan. Their relationship had ended from
John Thunderstroke.
Yeah, no wonder she was a saint.
Yeah, he was hitting them walls just right, man, and she was willing to kill for him.
many years
That's crazy. That's
prior. Yet
I can't have you know
Stephanie
what can.
struggled to let go, especially after John engaged 29-year-old Sherry Rasmussen, a well-accomplished nurse. Stephanie Lazarus and John met at the University of California during their college years in the early 1980s. They started a romantic relationship that lasted several years. However, their bond faded, and John graduated and began dating Sherry. Their relationship quickly blossomed, leading to marriage in November 1985. Stephanie was unable to accept.
Look at that, guys! Look at that!
You can't make this up.
Yeah, what are you finding this? Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Damn! Look at that, guys! And she was a cop. Yikes!
Yeah.
She reportedly confronted Sherry on multiple occasions, expressing her discontent and jealousy. Friends and family
Yeah,
even
every time she would track her down.
Tell him I'ma kill you, you fucking whore.
Reported that her inability to move on was eating her up. Sherry had reportedly expressed concerns about Stephanie's persistent presence, feeling threatened by her. Despite these red flags, no one filed a report against her. On the morning of February 24th, 1986, John left the home he shared with
You know
his
what's
wife.
crazy, guys? Right there, they're probably in their like early 30s, and they look like they're old as all get out. You know what I'm saying? It's guys. You know, the mom and dad from Family Matters were supposed to be 36 and 37.
Really?
Yeah, and then Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv were supposed to be like 39 and 38, whatever.
Jeez.
It's
I think
crazy,
having
right?
kids makes you look like older, even if you're a
but,
man.
like,
Maybe.
yeah, guys, they look like way older than how I look. Than most of my friends look at 40, 42, 43, 44, you know?
Wife, Sherry, for work. Sherry, on the other one hand,
Sherry was
supposed to
late
attend a
an
speaking
upgrade.
event,
That's why the girl went crazy.
Yeah.
Clear upgrade.
Yeah.
but she said she
She doesn't have the look of the beast in her eyes.
was called in sick and would be at home all through that day. On getting to midday,
You know, a chick is nuts if you look in her eyes and it says should be wearing Jason mask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
that day, a neighbor noticed that the couple's garage door was wide open and the car inside was gone. A few minutes later, John tried calling home several times, but no one answered. He also reached out to Sherry's sister, who was also a nurse at a hospital close to their home. She called, but no one answered.
This is back when you could date a nurse and they were worth a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, this is back when nurses were actually like the Florence Nightingale type. They were actually
nourishing
like,
and like
loving, all that other stuff. Yeah, but now, man,
straight garbage if they're a nurse. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, we all know about nurses now, right?
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit.
She left a message. Around afternoon, two men who were identified as gardeners found a purse, which was believed to belong to Sherry, and reportedly brought it to the neighbors. A maid who was working in another house that morning reported that she heard disturbing sounds and a loud sound like a body dropping to the ground. Later that day, after work, John returned home to find his wife brutally beaten and shot to death in their home.
Damn,
the crime scene
that's
suggested
personal.
a violent.
You know that's personal.
Yeah.
Someone beats you up and then shoots you too. You know what I'm saying? Stomps you out and then because I'm surprised she didn't drop a deuce on the broad.
Cut her head off. Yeah.
How dare you take John away from me?
Struggle. She had been shot 3 times and bore a bite mark on her arm.
Look at that.
The shots
Oh
were
my
determined to identify-
How bad do you have to be?
I was gonna say when they had that crazy eyes with the bar across her face, I was like, she seems like a biter of some sort.
Yeah.
She probably just didn't like the taste of it, but she probably literally was trying to like eat her.
She hated that mud blood.
Say again.
She hated her so much, man.
This chick seems like the type to be putting her, you know what, her menstrual fluids in his friggin' spaghetti. Yeah.
quilted blanket, likely to muffle out the sound so no one could hear.
Damn.
Initially,
I
investigators
wonder if that was premeditated.
Yeah,
right?
definitely
stated that the
premeditated.
Lenny, what's up, dude? Digital, how's it going? Guys, we'll do like 2 more minutes of a chat for everyone, and then we will go members only. So let's hit the join button, hit the link in the description, or call in, hit the StreamYard. So
murder was the result of a botched burglary.
Yeah.
As there had been a series of similar crimes in the area. The investigators just took some swab tests and some other details from the crime scene. Despite some suspicions, Stephanie was not thoroughly investigated at
look at the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
time, and the case
Oh my
eventually
God.
went cold. For years, the case remained unsolved. It wasn't until 2009 that cold case detectives revisited the evidence. Advancements in DNA technology allowed for the analysis of the bite mark swab,
Look at
revealing a female DNA profile.
Uh-oh.
Investigators began to consider women in Sherry's life.
Oh, but I thought that, Transformers are all, you can't tell the difference, right? There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny, guys, how they'll
It's
say,
fine,
oh, you can switch and do all this stuff and transition until one of their family members gets bit and then deleted, and all of a sudden, what are we supposed to do? Where's the science? I thought you said the science wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Moron.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Come on, man. What are you
Why
talking
people
about?
support mental illness?
Yeah, you know why? Honestly, it's because they think that it gives them some moral high ground, right?
Oh man,
it makes them feel like they belong, like they have something to defend. Guys, someone had put in the Discord, like, why is it that like 40% of Gen Z calls themselves LDHTV or whatever? Guys, it's all cap. Guys, right now there's the majority of millennial and Gen Z white kids don't want to be considered to be the oppressive white majority. So guys, they do things so that they can other themselves and then have some moral high ground and lecture the rest of you white people. So they'll call themselves pansexuals and demisexuals and gender whatever, but then they'll live as a heterosexual person, right? But then they'll have a way to lecture all you cisgendered hetero white men about everything. Clown world,
Might have had a motive. Stephanie, who had
she just gets worse looking and worse looking, right?
threatened her numerous times, then became a major suspect in the case file. Undercover officers obtained a DNA sample from Stephanie by collecting a discarded item. The results of the DNA matched the sample from the crime scene. In June 2009, after over 22 years of the case being unsolved, Stephanie was arrested at LAPD headquarters.
Dude, has she ever looked normal?
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Look at that, man.
Charged with the murder of Sherry Rasmussen. Her trial commenced in February 2012. Prosecutors argued that she was driven by jealousy and unable to let go of her past relationship with John, and murdered his wife in a fit of rage, as there had been several times where she stated that if she couldn't have John, then no one else could have him. The defense contended that the DNA evidence was contaminated and that there was no concrete proof linking Stephanie to the crime. After a month-long trial, the jury found her guilty of first-degree murder. They argued that Lazarus used her police training to stage the crime scene, making it appear as a burglary. The DNA evidence from the bite mark was central to the prosecution's case. On May 11, 2012, Lazarus was sentenced to 27 years to life in prison. She was credited with time served since her 2009 arrest. In 2024, a parole board initially recommended her release, citing her positive behavior and rehabilitation efforts. However, after emotional testimonies, Sherry's family, and a review requested by the governor's office, the decision was declined. The board cited her lack of genuine remorse and the calculated nature of her crime as reasons for denying parole. As of April 2025, Lazarus has served approximately 16 years of her sentence. She remains incarcerated at the California Institution for Women in Chino. Number 3.
So guys, do you think the punishment's fair?
Hell no.
No. Nope.
Are you shocked?
No.
Well,
no.
shocked.
Telling you guys.
I'm surprised they didn't let her off for free, then make like a Lifetime movie about her.
Yeah.
She gets like a Netflix special.
Did you?
Yeah.
You guys see the one chick that was acting like a doctor in Uganda and was responsible for 800 people dying, and then she came back here? They're doing a Netflix special about her. You guys didn't hear about that? Hold on.
I've seen one on the girl that thought she had like a blood, like a machine that could identify diseases in blood or something like that,
Elizabeth
and that
Holmes.
was all a scam.
Wow.
Arrow nose, yeah.
The craziest story I heard was a woman was killing the kids babysitting, and they caught her like years later. She was
Damn, what? Hold on, there was a thing. It was this chick, and she was acting like she was a doctor in Uganda. Uganda.
Can you imagine that you go for treatment and somebody end up killing
Here
you?
it is. Here it is. Here it is.
A Bedford woman is facing disturbing allegations about her nonprofit in Uganda. Renee Bach is being sued for allegedly operating a medical facility without a license, leading to the death of hundreds of children. 10 News reporter Jessica Jewell is digging into this, and she is live in the newsroom. Jessica?
We got our hands on this copy of the lawsuit. The women.
Jessica?
Yeah, thank you.
Pro bono initiative, and two mothers filed this civil suit in a court in Uganda, saying actions by the group, the nonprofit serving his children, led to the deaths of their children. The allegations stirring up a firestorm of criticism, and tonight the woman taking the heat is firing back.
Our focus is not.
You mean she doesn't think she did anything wrong?
Yeah.
You don't say, right?
Well, these people, this is a kind of important. This is an archetype of white woman who goes to these places. They get they're usually wealthy. They want a bunch of pictures looking like they're helping to do stuff. They basically don't do anything. I saw a mini documentary where they're trying to, they took credit.
It's called
tourism.
Save your tourism. Yeah,
exactly. And they thought they built these little houses and stuff. But at nighttime, the locals had to come tear their stuff down, put theirs up to make them feel better. And they had all catered food. It's like a complete joke. So this is an archetype of white woman. And I guarantee you this woman was the same way. So she thinks, they think they're like Christ or Mother Mary or something just because they show up there.
Yep, that's true.
It's crazy.
And then they're carrying around like African kids like their Prada bags. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
So we do preventative.
It's exactly what you'd expect. Yeah.
Less than 2 years ago, we sat down with Renee Bach to talk about her nonprofit serving his children. Its mission, fighting malnutrition in Uganda, clearly outlined on its website.
When mothers come to serving his children, many of them have lost hope.
But now some are blaming the organization not just for losing hope, but losing lives. Two mothers and the Women's Pro Bono Initiative suing Bach and serving his children. Court documents say they were led to believe Bach was a medical doctor, claiming she unlawfully practiced medicine and offered medical services to unsuspecting vulnerable children.
The hubris, the arrogance.
Jesus, yeah.
Right? Think about that for a second.
In these now deleted images, she's seen wearing a stethoscope, administering care to children.
Look at that!
What?
Learned after their children died.
Oh my God.
Medical training. Her attorney's response.
The people in Uganda aren't that stupid. I mean, there's almost a racist undertone in this, that somehow they would not understand that this was a girl that had gone over as a late teen and served there for a decade. They knew exactly who she was and what she was doing.
David Gibbs dismissing the claims.
Yeah, using black people as a token.
His client learned skills to help provide assistance as necessary, but always under supervision of a qualified medical professional.
You've been had.
Yeah, right.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Lenny says Katy Perry's an astronaut, so I don't see why this.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yo.
Fighting a lawsuit threatening to end an organization that Gibbs says has done a world of good.
Ultimately, the loser in this would not be the organization or even Renee, but the ultimate loser would be the children that wouldn't be helped.
Bach's attorney, who you just heard from, is working with her legal team in Uganda.
What a mess. Now, guys, there's a Netflix series now that's coming out about this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And the people in Uganda are like, look, like, why are you giving this chick any type of cover? Like, you know, why are you romanticizing anything she's been doing? You know, so
Officer Antoinette Frank, on the evening of March 4th, 1995, then 24-year-old Antoinette Renee Frank, a former officer of the New Orleans Police Department, and her drug dealer boyfriend, Rogers Lacaze,
of course, le noog, as they say in New Orleans, right?
a Vietnamese restaurant.
There's a movie script on this.
That was a good one.
Or Nougaroo.
Yeah, Voodoo Nug.
Where Frank worked as an off-duty security guard. They had previously visited the restaurant twice that same day to get leftover food to eat. On the day of the incident, Frank was not on duty. His police colleague, Officer Ronald Williams, was the one on shift. Frank used a key she had stolen earlier that day to enter inside the restaurant, pushing past Officer Ronald Williams, who was guarding the restaurant that night. As she pushed him away, her boyfriend Lacaze shot Williams in the neck.
Guys,
their professional interactions soon turned personal. Returning to the scene, authorities. Crowwave. They had previewed as he fell, and eventually.
Guys, we have 52 people while watching, guys. We have 40 likes. Hit the like button, guys. And yeah.
Actually murdered him.
out. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man.
After shooting the security officer, Frank and Lacaze then started shouting and demanding money from the Vu family, the owners of the restaurant. When 17-year-old Quang Vu hesitated, Frank pistol-whipped him. She then retrieved the cash from where it was hidden in a microwave and immediately executed Quang and his 21-year-old sister, Ha Vu, shooting them multiple times, leading to their death. After collecting the money, they left the premises. Unknowing to them, Chow Vu and her brother Kwok were hiding in a cooler. After the armed couple left, Kwok came out and ran to a friend's house and called 911 to report the incident to the authorities. Frank, who had gone home to drop her boyfriend, received the 911 call alert on her portable police radio. She immediately learned that they had left a witness alive and the witnesses may implicate them. She immediately borrowed a patrol car and went back to the crime scene pretending to be a good cop, but she had the intention to murder the remaining witnesses. On returning to the scene and posing as a responding officer, Chauvu, recognizing her, accused Frank of the killings. She informed the other officer that Frank had committed the crimes they had come to investigate. Frank was taken in and under severe interrogation. She confessed to the crime implicating Lacaze, her boyfriend. During the investigation, the detective who worked on the case indicated that Frank and her boyfriend planned the robbery to get revenge on Williams, her fellow officer. She believed that Williams was cheating her on hours and pay at the restaurant.
So you're gonna go rob
He also
the place?
describes Frank as the most
Busta Rhymes
cold-hearted
robs it
person
for like
he has ever
$500.
encountered. Both were arrested and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder.
All right, guys. How much time do you think she's gonna get, and how much time do you think he's gonna get, guys? Okay. I want everyone in the chat and then everyone on the panel. How much time do you think they're both gonna get?
Sure. I think she will get 12 years and he's going to get like 25 years.
Yeah, something like that. She'll do like 10, maybe 15, and the dude, he'll get like 30 to life or something.
Yeah, it'll probably be at least double what she gets.
Yeah.
But I think she's going to get maybe under. My first guess was 12, but I might change that to being under 10 years.
Yeah.
She's gonna say that she couldn't control herself. It was all his doing. And she might get less time.
Yeah.
She was the first police officer to have been charged with killing a fellow officer in New Orleans. Frank's trial began on September 5th, 1995. Despite her attorneys subpoenaing 39 witnesses, none were called. The jury deliberated for just 22 minutes before finding her guilty on all counts, a record for a capital murder case in New Orleans at the time. The next day, they recommended the death penalty after 45 minutes of deliberation.
Look at that.
She was formally sentenced to death on October 20th, 1995. Frank remains on death row at the Louisiana Correctional Institute for Women. In 2023, she was among the 5 death row inmates that was granted clemency hearings. However, on October 13th, 2023, the Louisiana Pardon Board denied her appeal. As of April 2025, Frank is 53 years old and continues to file post-conviction appeals, rendering her ineligible for execution until all legal avenues are exhausted.
Wow, he never died.
Officer
Look at
Officer
this
Les
knucklehead
dog.
right here.
Yeah, nug light.
Look at that, dude.
Alfreda Fluker. 39-year-old Alfreda Janipro Fluker.
If she pulls you over, or you're cooked.
You're
done. Any guy, this chick, you're cooked.
Was a 15-year veteran of the Birmingham Police Department, Alabama. She served diligently on the crime reduction team. Beyond her professional life, she was in a romantic relationship with her teammate.
Whoa!
Oh my God! This guy can do better than that.
I bet she was a lesbian.
That's what I thought
Yo.
too.
Nasty.
This guy can do better than that. Jeez.
How down bad do you have to be
That's bad.
for this?
Yeah. The chick with the crazy eyes even looked better than this girl.
Guys, Officer Nug knows no bounds.
Yeah, this guy doesn't care. It might have just been because she was at work and didn't have to put much effort in. That's the only thing I could think of. She seems like a les. That's what I thought too.
Life, she was in a romantic relationship with her teammate and assignment partner, Officer Mario Theodore White.
Officer Sim.
Since 2016, the two have been romantically involved, and they both lived together, intertwining their personal and professional lives together. However, unaware to Fluker, White had been cheating on her. He had been engaging in an affair with 43-year-old Kenesha Nicole Fuller.
Well, obviously, he has
she's
these
hotter.
Spanish-looking broads that look like Transformers, right, guys? I mean, come on, right? Let's be honest.
Fluker sort of suspected
He looks like Freddie Jackson. Oliver, what's up, dude?
him of cheating on her,
Emoji Mister, how's it going, man?
but didn't have any evidence. On the night leading to the incident, Fluker and White had a serious argument in their shared home. After the argument, White showered, used some cologne, and took a pack of Viagra and went off to work. Fluker, still suspecting
He needs it on these
infidelity,
broads.
tracked White using a phone application. Her suspicions were confirmed when she located him and Nicole together in an unmarked police vehicle at
We all know what happened then.
Yep.
Right?
Germania Park.
Cavity
According to
search.
Fluker's testimony, she discovered the two engaging in an intimate act in the passenger seat of their work vehicle. This made Fluker very furious, and she was filled with rage and deep hatred for both of them. She quickly went back to her car and retrieved her service weapon, approached the vehicle, and fired over 15 rounds of shots into it.
She emptied the whole clip.
She took him out, man.
Striking Nicole multiple times in the leg, arm, and head. White did not receive any gunshot wounds.
Whoa, she missed
Oh
him
my
altogether.
God.
Look at that.
Wow.
After the incident, White reversed and drove back into the park with Nicole still bleeding in the passenger seat. He was joined shortly by Fluker, and they both started having another argument. Later, she suggested that they should take Nicole to the hospital, but White said he didn't want Nicole to talk. Fluker then knelt closer to where Nicole was and asked her if she was okay.
What? You saw
Nicole
it?
nodded, and with that, Fluker fled the scene and went home. After she left, White then called 911 and lied to them that some unidentified black individuals had carried out the shooting.
I would blame other
Nicole
black
was
men.
taken to UAB Hospital, where she died from her
I would
injuries.
get his praise.
During the investigation,
You guys know
In
about-
Alabama, they're like, yeah, that's what we thought too. It makes sense. Like they probably really ran with it.
You know what the funniest thing is if you ever watch The Sopranos, right? And anything happens, they're like,
Yes.
well, how do we explain this?
Yan did it. Yeah.
Those two black guys were running off that way.
After they murdered a guy.
Witnesses
Yeah.
gave accounts of seeing a man and a woman
Don't worry, we'll just tell them two black guys did it.
arguing after the shooting, and further
It's
questioning.
like a reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
In the
Well,
Sopranos.
if you
Led-
tell that to like boomers, they'll like, oh, that makes like perfect sense. That's exactly what happened.
And, Soprano, his daughter thought her boyfriend got murdered.
Yeah. And his son goes to his son, he was in a drug deal with these two black dudes, and they killed him. He's dead. As Tony's guy killed him.
to White confessing the true identification of Fluker as the shooter. She was arrested the following morning at her mother's residence, where she had fled to, and charged with capital murder and attempted murder. During the trial,
Guys, how much time do you think she got?
The girl didn't die, right? She didn't die.
I'm gonna go
No, the
12
girl
years
died.
again.
Well done.
12 years.
Okay. In the chat, guys, how much time do you think?
I think that she's gonna have a death penalty, but never dies.
prosecutors painted Fluker as a calculated and cold individual who executed a premeditated act of violence. They highlighted her decision to use her service weapon and the number of shots fired
That means she
as
had to
evidence of
reload.
intent. The defense argued that Fluker acted in the heat of passion upon discovering the affair, suggesting a lack of premeditation.
No way.
Fluker also indicated that at that moment of the crime, all she could visualize in her mind was the two of them carrying out the act inside the truck she rode every day to work, and she stated that she acted out of a desire for respect and to make White stop playing with her. After deliberating for less than an hour, the jury found Fluker.
She's keeping it real. She's doing the most hood stuff imaginable.
And she's a cop. Too. Look at
And you
guilty
know she was holding that gun like sideways and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Break
she
yourself,
wasn't-
What you say about my mama?
Capital murder of Nicole and attempted murder of White. On February 6th, 2023, Fluker was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.
Look at that!
Wow.
Look
So
at that.
these southern judges and stuff are actually going hard on it.
Yeah, they're not playing games, dude.
Yeah, because I was guessing 12 on the past two ones, and they got like what they should have gotten, which is like I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
As of
That's
April
good.
2025, she has served approximately 2 years of her sentence and remains incarcerated in an Alabama state prison. Given the nature of her sentence, she will spend the remainder of her life behind bars. Number 5, Officer Sophie Emms.
Oh, God.
29-year-old Sophie Emms began her
She looks like someone who would eat some.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
career with the intention of upholding the law. However,
it's like the
her path
female
took a
Jeffrey
dark turn
Dahmer counterpart.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
when she entered into a relationship with a 42-year-old inmate, Jediah Clark. He was already-
Oh, no, dude, that's a crap.
This guy cares about nothing.
Yeah, jailhouse Jerome, dude. Oh no, you know? Look at this guy.
serving time in the prison where she worked. He managed to manipulate Emms, exploiting her vulnerabilities and financial.
Please, come on!
These women can't stop with this.
struggles. As their relationship grew stronger, he persuaded Emms to smuggle in some hard substance for him inside the prison. In return, he would compensate her by putting money into her account. Emms then agreed to carry out the smuggling for him. Clark's 61-year-old mother, Joy Wickham, was also part of the plan.
Of course.
She sourced the synthetic cannabinoid spice used for the making of the hard substance, commonly known as the zombie drug, or spice. These substances were then soaked into the pages of puzzle books, which Emms then brought into the prison. Once inside, they were stored and kept hidden inside the cell of Clark's fellow prisoner, Joel Barker. Then the pages were cut into strips and sold to inmates. generating significant profits. The whole process was run like a commercial operation. Emms received £7,000 for her role, while the total operation was estimated to be worth £130,000. The scheme unraveled when the Eastern Region Special Operations Unit launched an investigation. Evidence of the smuggling operation was uncovered, leading to the arrests of Emms, Clark, and Wickham. At Norwich Crown Court in December 2024, Emms pleaded guilty to conspiracy to convey prohibited articles into prison. Judge Catherine Moore described her actions as a gross breach of trust, emphasizing the severity of her betrayal. Emms was sentenced to 2 years and 11 months in prison.
This is England, though, right? You know what I'm saying?
Clark received a 6-year, 2-month sentence, while Joy Wickham was sentenced to 4 years. Despite the substantial profits from the operation, Emms was ordered to repay only £48.50, the amount available in her assets, along with £228 in costs. Failure to pay would result in an additional 7 days in custody.
Oh, is
Clark
that all?
and Wickham's financial proceedings were adjourned for further assessment. As of April 2025, Emms has served approximately 4 months of her sentence. She remains incarcerated, reflecting on the choices that led her from a position of authority to a prison cell.
Dumbass.
Number 6.
Yeah.
Officer
Once you
Paula
saw a picture of that
Atwood-Rees.
guy, you knew nothing good would come from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't get why women will they can't get enough of it. I don't get it.
Because it's danger. You know what I'm saying? This guy, I don't understand. Well, guys, no one ever said that these 304s were the sharpest knives in the drawer, you know?
59-year-old Paula Atwood-Rees had
Well, you
served
think
as a
about
response
it,
officer with
AJ, hoes are pretty dull because they're in the dirt.
South Wales Police. After retiring, she and her wife moved to Alexandra Terrace
There
in
we go
Monkswood.
again. Lesbian.
Over time, tensions grew between Atwood-Rees and her neighbors, Christopher and Jacqueline Teague, who were both in their late 60s. The discord escalated to a legal dispute when Atwood-Rees damaged the Teagues' car, and she was convicted. Later that same day, after they all came back from the court, as Christopher and his wife sat down for dinner in their home, Atwood-Rees launched a calculated and violent assault on the couple. Armed with 2 knives, a metal pole, an electric cattle prod, and a shovel, she kicked through the couple's French doors and entered their home uninvited. She punched Mrs. Teague in the face, breaking her nose, and slashed her wrist with a knife.
Damn.
Mr. Teague was also attacked, suffering injuries from a poker and a knife. Atwood-Rees declared that her intention was to murder them both. The violence escalated to outside of their home, where she used the shovel to damage the couple's cars and struck Mrs. Teague on the head as she attempted to call for help. The attack only ceased when passing motorists intervened, restraining Atwood-Rees until police arrived. During her arrest, she assaulted the officer who was trying to handcuff her. The officers put her face down on the floor and warned her she could be tasered if she continued to struggle. She was arrested at the scene and faced multiple charges, including wounding with intent, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, aggravated burglary, possession of offensive weapons, and assaulting an emergency worker.
Dumbass.
During her trial, she was charged with attempted murder, but her defense painted a picture that she had suffered severe PTSD after serving as a response officer with South Wales Police, and had sustained a frontal lobe brain injury, which experts say can affect the way people behave. But the judge also noted that she had 2 previous convictions for assaults on police officers dating back to 2008. She pleaded guilty to all charges. At the Crown Court, Judge Jeremy Jenkins sentenced Atwood-Rees to 6 years and
That's
2
it.
months
6
in prison,
years, guys.
ordering her to serve 2/3 of the sentence before being eligible for release. And
Guys, we all know-
So she'll be in there for like 4 years.
Yeah, because this
Basically.
is England, so there's no reason to even speculate. We all know that there's going to barely be any time.
indefinite restraining order was also imposed. preventing her from contacting the Teagues. Mrs. Teague suffered a stroke after the incident, and the couple moved out of their family home of 38 years because they no longer felt safe there. As of April 2025, Atwood-Rees has served approximately 6 months of her sentence. She remains incarcerated, with 4 years and 4 months remaining before potential release. Upon release, she will be around 63 years old. Number 7, Officer Stephanie Heaps.
Look at these shit.
Stephanie Heaps began her career in law enforcement as a prison officer at HMP Weymouth in Leyland, Lancashire, in March 2018. It was there that she met 35-year-old Leon Leighton Ramsden.
Cletus node.
Ramsden was serving a life sentence for the 2010 murder of Paul Gilligan in Bolton. Their professional interactions soon turned personal. It evolved into a romantic relationship that Heaps failed to disclose to her superiors, knowing fully well that it was a major breach of protocol that would later have severe repercussions. In July 2019, Heaps transitioned to Greater Manchester Police as a constable in Bolton. Despite her new role, she continued her undisclosed relationship with Ramsden, who was deeply entrenched in organized crime, including money laundering, substance trafficking, and orchestrating burglaries at St. Helens.
Right?
Heaps' failure to report this relationship violated the ethical standards expected of her position. In September 2019, Greater Manchester Police Anti-Corruption Unit received a tip-off regarding Heaps' association with Ramsden.
Well, she was with Gavington.
Yeah, Cletus node.
Cleatington,
Cleatington, yeah.
This is the UK, you know?
Yeah.
An investigation revealed that Heaps had been visiting Ramsden in prison,
Look at that!
communicating with him through illicit mobile phones.
Guys, I swear, British chicks are the worst looking chicks on planet Earth, dude. I can't think of any kind of country that has worse looking chicks than like the UK chicks. It's funny because if you go to Ireland, like not Northern Ireland, but Ireland, there are some cute chicks in Ireland. You know what I'm saying? But the UK is cooked.
And sharing sensitive police information with him.
What?
Notably, on one occasion, she intentionally refrained from arresting a wanted domestic abuse suspect
Look at that.
because of the individual's
She's dressed like a streetwalker right there, right?
connection to Ramsden. Heaps was arrested in January 2020. During interrogation, she offered no comment and resigned from the police force shortly thereafter. The police also discovered a wedding photo that the couple had edited using artificial intelligence and posted it on social media. In October 2000.
Make them look better.
That is peak delusion.
Really fucking stupid.
That's delusional.
That's dumb. How can you be this stupid?
You stupid woman.
What is
And
going
women
on?
say they don't want a relationship, yet they do stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Look at that. He's in prison. She's a corrections officer. She put this on social media. How dumb can you be?
2022, Heaps pleaded guilty to multiple offenses, including intentionally encouraging or assisting the commission of an offense through communications with Ramsden through illegal mobile phones. On July 4th, 2024, Bolton Crown Court sentenced Heaps to 4 years and 3 months in prison. Ramsden received an additional 5 years and 7 months to run concurrently with his existing life sentence. Other individuals were also arrested, charged, and sentenced in connection with the burglary incident. As of April 2025, Heaps has served approximately 9 months of her sentence. Number 8, Officer Natalie Matram. On April 24th, 2020, a covert operation targeting encrypted criminal communications was compromised. A message circulated among criminals. The leak threatened to unravel Operation Venetic, the UK's largest crackdown on organized crime. The source of the leak was Natalie Matram, a 24-year-old intelligence analyst who was entrusted with the very secrets she betrayed. Natalie Matram, who is from Warrington, Cheshire, was employed by Cheshire Constabulary and seconded to the Northwest Regional Organized Crime Unit. In her role, she conducted threat assessments on organized crime groups
Funny how
and
that
had
works,
access
right?
to sensitive intelligence, including details of Operation Venetic, a nationwide initiative targeting users of EncroChat, an encrypted communication platform used by gangsters and serious criminals across Europe to avoid detection.
Damn.
Despite being briefed on the operation's confidentiality, Matram disclosed its existence to 38-year-old Jonathan Kay,
Look at
the
that!
partner of her close friend, Leah Bennett. On April 24, 2020, Kay's associate messaged another EncroChat user, revealing that law enforcement can now access the platform. The message detailed the extent of the breach, advising caution in their communications.
So she
The National
wasted
Crime Agency
everybody's time
detected
that
the
she
leak
worked with.
and initiated surveillance on Matram. On June 12, 2020, she was assigned to analyze a fabricated intelligence log concerning Kay. That afternoon, Matram left work and visited Kay and Bennett's residence, where she was observed informing them about the supposed intelligence log about Kay. After meeting with Kay, she left and had a call with another individual whom she agreed to meet up with at a supermarket car park. Later that day, the NCA officers arrested Matram, Kay, Bennett, and the other individual. £200,000 in cash was recovered from Kay's apartment. Matram faced charges of misconduct in public office, perverting the course of justice, and unauthorized access to computer material. She pleaded guilty to all counts at Liverpool Crown Court on August 18, 2023. On November 3, 2023, she was sentenced to 3 years and 9 months in prison. Jonathan Kay received a 30-month sentence for perverting the course of justice. As of April 2025, Matram has served approximately 1 year and 5 months of her sentence. Assuming standard parole eligibility at the halfway point, she could be considered for release in early 2026 at the age of 29. Number 9, Officer Lorna Pennycook. 38-year-old Lorna Pennycook was a former West Midlands police constable who was born in Walsall.
All these chicks are British.
She began her relationship with 43-year-old Kennedy in 2016 after meeting on a dating site. Despite Kennedy's criminal background, the relationship progressed, and Pennycook used her position within the police force to access information related to Kennedy.
Like a real-life Miss Piggy. Yeah.
His associates, and criminal activities in the same offenses.
Blah, blah, blah.
During Officer Valerie Cincinelli, in the spring of 2019, the New York Police Department was shocked by a crime that would have led to the death of 2 innocent individuals. Valerie Cincinelli joined the NYPD in 2007. She dedicated over a decade of her life to the law enforcement agency. She was assigned to the Video Interactive Patrol Enhanced Response Unit.
So useless AF, right?
So was the other. So was the last woman. She sabotaged everyone. So like she pretended she was doing a job and sabotaged everyone around her.
Yep.
Monitor security cameras at city housing projects. However, her personal life was very chaotic.
Of course.
By 2019, she found herself in a bitter divorce and custody battle with her estranged husband, Isaiah Carvalho Jr. At the same time, she was in a volatile...
Oh, guys, we've seen this story before. I think we have.
relationship with her boyfriend, John DeRoba. Tensions escalated when Cincinelli allegedly began plotting to eliminate both her husband and her boyfriend's 15-year-old.
That's right. So she wanted to delete her husband and her boyfriend's daughter because she was jealous of the daughter. That's right. We've seen this story before.
Old daughter. She was driven by jealousy and personal
And then this guy called the FBI because he was like, "Wait a minute, why are you trying to kill my daughter?"
animosity. In February 2019, Cincinelli withdrew $7,000 from a Long Island bank and handed it to DeRoba, her boyfriend, instructing him to find a hitman to carry out the murder of his husband. Unknown to her, DeRoba reported the plot to the FBI when she included the murder of his teenage daughter. He became an FBI confidential informant. Over the next few months, Cincinelli and DeRuba discussed the plan in detail, with Cincinelli suggesting that her husband's murder be staged to look like a robbery near his workplace. She also callously proposed that DeRuba's daughter be run over near her school.
Look at that.
On May 17th, 2019,
Yeah, we saw this interview.
the FBI executed a sting operation. An agent,
Guys, always have your beard lower than this, right? Look at that, guys. You gotta go to your Adam's apple and take 2 fingers, right, and up, and that's where your beard should stop.
posing as a hitman, sent Cincinelli a photo showing her husband appearing dead in his
I remember
car.
this.
Believing the murder had been carried out, Cincinelli was recorded discussing alibis and instructing DeRuba to delete incriminating messages.
Damn.
She was arrested later that day and charged with obstruction of justice and 2 counts of murder for hire. Facing overwhelming evidence, including audio and video recordings, Cincinelli pleaded guilty to obstruction of justice in April 2021.
Clown.
She admitted to deleting information on her iPhone to
Whoops.
impede the federal investigation. During her plea hearing, she expressed remorse, stating that she knew what she did was wrong. On October 29th, 2021, Cincinelli was sentenced to 48 months in prison.
What?
Having already served 30 months, she was released from prison after 6 months on the ground of good behavior.
God.
Number 2,
Oh my God, that's
Officer
disgusting.
Kim Potter.
I know Kim Potter.
On April
This is my
11th,
bitch.
2021,
Yeah.
a seemingly routine traffic
Here we
stop
go.
in Brooklyn
This is
Center,
funny.
Minnesota, escalated into a tragic incident. 20-year-old Dante Wright was driving with his girlfriend Elena Albrecht Payton in a white vehicle registered to his brother. They were driving along 63rd Avenue North near Orchard Avenue on their way to the car wash before he was pulled over by 26-year-old Officer Kim Potter, who was being driven by her trainee. Kim Potter had served with the Brooklyn Center Police Department for over 2 decades. She was known among colleagues as a field training officer. She had no prior disciplinary actions on her record. The officers had noticed that the
Nah, that's sad. She's a training officer.
Yeah.
Guys, 1-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
Yeah. She's gonna train
car
them
Wright
on
was
what not to
driving
do.
Yep.
Right
had an
here.
expired registration tag, and an air freshener was hanging from his rearview mirror. As they stopped, the trainee officer reached out to Wright, and he provided his name, but he did not have a driver's license or proof of insurance card. The trainee officer returned to their patrol car, and she later returned with his supervisor after checking their database and seeing that Wright had an open arrest warrant on him, and there was also a protective custody order against him by a woman. The officers then decided to arrest Wright. As the officers tried to detain Wright, he attempted to re-enter his vehicle, but the trainee tried to stop him. During the struggle, Potter, who was carrying her taser holstered on her left side and her gun on her right, to Wright that she would tase him.
Like that.
A few seconds later, Potter drew her service weapon instead of her taser. She shouted, "Taser," up 3 times before firing a single shot into Wright's chest. Realizing her mistake, she shouted that she grabbed the wrong gun. She collapsed to the ground and placed her head in her hands and stated that she was going to prison as she just shot a child.
Look at that, guys.
Yep.
Look at
Can
that.
you see the color of your weapon?
What's that?
She'll be able to see the different color. Ain't the taser like
It's bright yellow, and it doesn't even have the same heft to it. Tasers are not
Heavy, yeah.
as heavy as a pistol is.
Well, not only that, like it's not like this kid was like pointing a gun at her. She should have just taken another second, to make sure, that
But if it was a guy,
she could have slowed down a little bit more in general.
But if it was a guy, he could have just given him a right cross. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Hicks, what's up, dude?
Wright drove off, but crashed into another vehicle shortly after. After the crash, paramedics were called to attend to him, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. His girlfriend, who was sitting at the passenger seat of the car, was rushed to the hospital. The incident occurred during the trial of Derek Chauvin, the officer convicted of the murder of George Floyd intensifying public
The
scrutiny
archetype
and
of hug
outrage. After the incident, Potter fled her home for safety reasons after her address was leaked on social media. Potter was placed on administrative leave, and a few days later she resigned from the police force. She was arrested and charged with first and second-degree manslaughter. Her trial commenced in December 2021, where she pleaded not guilty, asserting that the shooting was a tragic mistake, and video of the CCTV camera footage was also played. The prosecution argued that her actions were reckless and negligent, emphasizing her extensive training and experience. After deliberations, the jury found Potter guilty on both counts of manslaughter. The conviction marked a rare instance of a police officer being held criminally accountable for a fatal shooting while on duty. During sentencing, Judge Regina Chu acknowledged the tragedy, stating, "This is one of the saddest cases I've had in my 20 years on the bench." She sentenced Potter to 24 months in prison, with eligibility for supervised release after 16 months.
After
The
16
sentence was
months.
notably less than the 86 months recommended by state guidelines.
Wow.
The lenient sentence sparked outrage among Wright's family and the broader community. His mother, Katie Wright, expressed her anguish, stating that Kim Potter murdered her son, and today, the justice system murdered him all over again. The family felt the sentence did not reflect the severity of the loss they endured. Dante Wright was a young father. He was described by family as a loving and joyful individual.
Yeah.
Potter was released from prison in April 2023
Oh my
after
God.
serving 16 months. Since her release, she has engaged in speaking engagements at law enforcement conferences, sharing her experience to prevent similar crimes. These appearances have been met with mixed reactions. Some
Yeah, yeah.
Say again? He said?
I didn't say anything. I was just laughing.
view them as a step toward accountability and education, while others, including Wright's family, see them as exploitative.
No, guys, here we go. Look at this, guys. Because what did we talk about earlier, right? Okay. And we'll open up the chat. But guys, once again, guys.
Lesbians.
Okay, you ready? This is sad. I was watching this one earlier. Guys, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Hit the super chat button. Hit the join button. Appreciate that, guys. Thanks for being here for these daytime lives, guys. I will be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. as usual. Just letting you know.
My mom is scared of my other mom.
No.
Look at that.
Don't resist.
Look at that.
My wife is a baby. Our best friend.
I told you guys. Look at that. Look at that. Guys, we all know who has the highest DV rate, the highest divorce rate, the highest cheating rate, all that stuff, right? Yeah, BPD. So I found you in Discord, man. So I'll hit you up pretty soon.
Officers responded to a residence following a report of a child exchange that escalated when an intoxicated woman became.
If this chick doesn't munch tuna, then I don't know who does. You know what I'm saying?
Aggressive toward her wife after being denied custody of the child.
Who's the 911 caller? You are? Can you step over here with me?
My child's in the car, sir.
Okay, so right now you're safe, correct?
Is it Andy Warhol? Huh?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, thank you.
Who's the victim?
Me.
You're the victim.
Yeah.
Okay, so who hit you?
She did.
Who is she?
Pamela Simmons, she's in the...
So the female hit you?
Yeah, we're
Okay,
getting...
it wasn't a male.
It was a female.
It was a female, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Step up. Is that her yelling and screaming?
Maybe a goat.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Awesome. Who's with you?
My child is in the car, sir.
Your daughter? Okay,
Yeah.
so just yourself and your daughter, correct?
So this chick is, I think she's drunk. She's driving drunk with a kid in the car. Has the nerve to call the cops. Not smart, you absolute dunderhead. Why are they so stupid? Why?
You stupid woman. Is she present? Is she with
Yeah,
us?
she's everything.
Okay, so Pamela is the offender, correct?
Yeah.
And she's the only person inside the
I
household?
believe so.
So what happened?
I came to exchange the child. We're getting a divorce. And she was drunk, so I told her I couldn't leave the child when she was drunk.
Okay.
And she started hitting me and told me I couldn't take the child back.
Okay, and what is your relationship with
We're married.
Okay, you're married to Pamela.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. How long have you been married?
6 years.
Okay, got it. And she's down there right now, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have your driver license on you? Does she have a weapon on her?
She has a weapon in the house. I don't think it's on her.
Okay. Your daughter saw anything?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
This is an officer who wants to talk to you.
What's her name?
Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. I'm Deputy Doe, County Sheriff's Office. What happened? Did you see anything?
Yes.
What happened?
My mommy, really scared my mommy.
What is that?
My mommy
That's sad,
scared
guys.
my other mom.
Okay. What did she do?
She said bad words and hit her.
Bad words and hit her. Okay. Got it. Thank you, Sophia. You can go back inside your car. Do you mind writing her full name? Can I take a picture of your face, please? Was that the point of impact right here?
Right here. I'm not sure. I think right there. You know, we were exchanging the child. It was her week to have her.
Okay.
And she was intoxicated.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
The child
the other one was drunk. Okay.
came up to hug her, and she fell over on the floor.
Okay.
So I realized she was intoxicated, and I said, you know, I'll bring her back later, just sober up.
Okay.
And then she said, no, child stays here. And I said, I can't leave her like this. It's dangerous. And then she hit me in the face.
She hit you in the face.
Yeah.
Can you remember what?
We were talking about just the divorce.
Okay. And you're still currently married? It's my lieutenant, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Okay. And you currently still live here, correct?
I live somewhere else. We're separated.
Separated. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
She also hit me outside. Pulled me by the hair.
Pulled you by the hair? Okay. And do you know her full information still?
Yeah.
Sheriff's Office!
Hello.
Hello. Are you Miss Simmons?
Yes.
Hi, Miss Simmons. I'm Deputy Doan. This is Lieutenant Bradburn with the Hall County Sheriff's Office.
Yes.
We're here to talk to you about an incident that occurred earlier.
Well,
You got your shoes, your sandals on? You want to step out and talk to us real quick?
Well, I'm okay.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what happened here?
Well, my wife is trying to allege that I am incapable of taking care of our daughter.
Okay.
Welcome to being a man. Do, right? Right, guys? This is the only way that these chicks can somewhat understand what us men go through, right?
The golden girl.
Yep. Paul, what's up, man? Black Ken, how's it going, man?
Okay. Is that all that occurred here today?
Yep.
Nothing else happened? Anything physical
No.
to your knowledge?
No.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
You know, she should drop her off today, but she didn't.
And does your wife currently live here with you?
No.
Okay. And your daughter was here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. She came to pick up your daughter. And
No. She came to drop off my daughter.
she came to drop off your daughter.
Yep.
Okay. Have you been drinking alcohol today at all, or?
Last night, yes.
Okay. Nothing physical transpired between you and her today at all?
No.
If you do me a favor, you step up here for me, please?
Sure.
All right.
Step over here, please.
Step up right there. Yep.
You okay?
Turn around for me.
Put your hands behind your back, please.
Nice. Look at that, guys. Look at that, Ms. Lesbian.
No. Don't
She
resist.
probably told
Don't
her she was
resist.
like Ellen DeGeneres because she looks
know,
like
right?
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a little lesbian tyrant look.
Is anyone else in the house? No. Okay.
Okay, listen, Miss Simmons. So right now I'm placing you under arrest for battery, family violence.
Why?
Okay, I'll explain everything here in a little bit. Battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in third degree. Okay, so based on what I had from your wife, I believe I have probable cause to place you under arrest today.
No.
All right. You don't have any sandals, shoes in the household you can pick up real quick, or I can grab for you?
No.
No. Okay. All right.
Anything in your pockets? No. Okay. It's up top right there. How much you had to drink overnight, or what did you drink?
You been drinking alcohol? You been drinking like beer or liquor?
Come on, guys. Come on, why am I?
He asked if there was anything else that took place today.
Got something.
What? She hit me. She hit me.
Have a seat.
Have a seat.
Ma'am, sit your bottom down in the seat. Scoot your bottom toward the door just a little bit, please, ma'am.
Why am I being here? Why can't I get out?
He just explained to you you're being placed under arrest for battery under the
Why?
Family Violence Act.
Why?
Including the children of the third.
But I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Try to take her to the jail. I'm hoping they'll take her.
That's the definition of a pig cop right there.
Intoxicated, of course. So
I'm steady.
we'll see how it goes. Okay.
Ma'am,
That guy, you wearing
right now, being placed under arrest for holding children and battery for family violence. Okay. Just be on the lookout for your phone. I'm gonna give you a call, do a follow up with you. I gotta. Yes.
See, we all know that. Do you have to arrest her? Yeah.
Do you have to hold her accountable?
Yeah,
we don't
guys.
really want to be held accountable.
And guys, everyone in chat, who voted for this law, right? Who voted for if the
This
cops
exact
come, someone
woman.
has to get arrested? Yeah, exactly.
It's exact woman.
Exactly. All the
This woman's probably like a teacher or counselor or something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, on the family violence, I have to pursue charges against her because she is an offender. Okay, and you are the victim. She is too. Do you have any questions for me? She's gonna have to get a bond, go through a judge, a hearing. They'll have to set a date for that. So just be on the lookout for your phone. Okay, I'm gonna give you a call, do a follow up with you. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Can you give your daughter a couple of stickers? You want some stickers, sweetie? There you go. Got you two junior deputy badges. Okay. You're welcome.
Miss Simmons.
Yes.
What's wrong?
Just please help me out.
Okay. He's on your. Put your leg back in. Okay. So the quicker you get your leg back in, the quicker you can get out.
No, please let me out.
All right. Here, watch your foot. Okay.
Please, please, please.
All right. Just roll. Okay. He's on your. Put your leg back in. Okay. So the quicker you get your leg back in, the quicker you can get out.
No, please let me out.
All right. Here, watch your foot. Okay.
Please, please, please.
All right. Just roll.
I'm sorry, please.
10-6 to the jail, ready?
Why is she going out?
I don't know, dude.
He's gonna die.
Oh my god. She definitely was an abuser if she's saying die and stuff.
Can your wife go in there and check on your dogs?
My wife is a baby. He's touching our best friend.
Miss Simmons, can you listen to me for 1 second? Hey.
Imagine hearing that all the way to the police station.
Say again?
It's horrible.
Say again?
Step out for me. You need any assistance?
Proud of yourself?
Yeah.
You feel better now, you moron. D&I, what's up,
Yeah.
dude?
It's a 20-minute ride, or probably even less to that. Like, just keep your mouth shut. Like, what are you going to do at that point? Like, you're in this now.
No.
Okay. Can you step over here for me, man? May I ask you what happened earlier when you were really going to
My wife is an asshole.
Okay.
She cheated on me with my best friend.
There you go. And you will face it all, okay? Thank you.
I want to die. Oh my God, I want to die. I want to die. I want to die. I
her phone on the way here.
I'm trying to pat it down.
There she was.
I don't have anything on me. Promise. Ow. I want to die.
And she's not even drunk.
You don't understand. You
Yeah, she is.
She was drinking?
don't
Okay.
understand. Let me die.
Loosen the handcuffs.
I got you. Go first.
Do not comply. Do not comply. You're gonna get taken. Lay on your stomach.
I gotta go through this family violence page questionnaires with you. Or matter of fact, how long have you been in a relationship together?
Since 2013, 15 years.
Did she threaten to use a weapon today?
She threatened to kill me, but she never actually had hold of the weapon. But she threatened to harm herself as well.
Okay. Has she accused you as the victim of cheating?
Yeah.
I'll mark that yes.
Of course she was cheating, right, guys?
She told me she accused you of cheating as well. So, well, at least that's what she mentioned earlier.
She accused me.
Has she made a statement? If I can't have you, no one can.
No.
Has she contemplated, threatened, or attempted suicide?
I think so. And she said she was going to go inside and during this argument.
Okay. And there's only one child in the household. Is Sophia correct?
Yeah.
Does she have a history of mental health issues?
Substance abuse, alcoholism.
So 2 separate times you were punched. So
yeah.
Inside and outside.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I figure I get a clear story of what happened. Afterward, I mean, just when we're on scene, it just when you're so traumatized, that's why I wanted you calm down and breathe a little bit. I mean, I know and I didn't want you to be very emotional in front of your child either.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, let me just give her a call, interview her later, and get a clear steps and acts. When someone threatens another person, that's a serious crime as well.
The woman was charged with battery and cruelty to children, third degree.
Cooked. All right, you guys. We're at an hour and a half. Appreciate you guys for being here. Guys, I'll be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. as usual. And then, guys, Friday at 10 p.m., 50304. So, all right, you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Have a blessed day.
Bye, guys.
All right, thanks.
Bye.